What's going on, everybody? This is Brian from SneakerFiles.com. Gosh, it's been about 6 months since I've uploaded. Seems like forever. But today I got a pretty big video for you guys. Hopefully it's long enough. And before I give you a rundown on that, if you got a second, greatly appreciate a thumbs up. This channel is probably on its last leg, so a like will definitely go a long way. Especially getting it in front of people who are subscribed, because when you're inactive, it takes quite a bit to get your videos seen again. And of course, if you're new here, make sure to subscribe by hitting the red button below. So in this video, I am going to go over all of the 2023 Air Jordan releases. This will include dates, first looks, of course, some you might not know of. Actually, there's quite a few because it has yet to leak. As well, we're going to talk about a few rumors with some backing, not just those random posts on IG where people are saying, oh, this is returning, this is returning. No, these rumors are coming from reputable sources. Now, it's very possible that the date could change going forward, but for now, this is accurate. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop a link in the description below, which will take you to SneakerFiles.com, specifically the Air Jordan release dates page, where we will update there. I don't want to take too much longer in the intro just because I know this is going to be a long video. So without wasting too much more of your time, let's get into it. Although the Nike Airship is a shoe from Nike, Jordan Brand has taken it under its wing. And during the early part of 2023, we have two colorways releasing. One will come in University Gold, while the other will feature Pine Green. Now, as for the color blocking, each will feature a similar theme. White leather runs throughout. Pine Green will land on the collar, Nike Air branding on the tongue, swoosh, and the rubber outsole. The same goes for the University Gold pair, and currently the two are scheduled to release on January 4th. The retail price will be $150 each. Now, it's possible that it could get pushed forward or back. The Team Orange pair has pretty much been dropping at random, so don't be surprised if the University Gold and the Pine Green kind of have a scattered release as well. I know a lot of people like the OG colorways, but Jordan Brand likes to release remixes to those instead of giving us what we want. And here we have the Air Jordan 9 Olive Concord. Now, this isn't a bad colorway. At first I was a little and then it started to grow on me. But for those that don't know, it does resemble the OG olive pair. And the shoes will come dressed in a black, bright Concord, light olive, and aquatone colorway. This pair will feature leather up top. We got nubuck that wraps the shoe, and then we have hits of Concord and aqua, which kind of gives it an OG Air Jordan 8 aqua vibe slightly. Now, at the time of recording this, the scheduled release date is January 7th. The retail price will be $200. Also, this pair will be available in full family sizing. Next up for January, we have the Air Jordan 5 Mars for Her. Now, basically, this is the Raging Bull 5s with a few added in colors. The pair features red suede up top. We have the 2-3 embroidered by the heel. Accents of picante and bright mandarin are seen on the midsole netting, and then we have a 3M reflective tongue. Now, the lace lock has a vintage look to it, as well as the translucent outsole. Now, I'm not gonna lie, this is a nice colorway. I just feel like it's really close to the Raging Bull 5s. And if I forgot to mention, this is a women's exclusive. They drop on January 14th. The retail price will be $200. Jordan Brand has said that this shoe is supposed to pay tribute to the OG Aqua Air Jordan 8. We also saw the Olive Concord pair that kind of has that vibe to it. However, the Air Jordan 5 Aqua, which is shown, closely resembles that of Chris Paul's Air Jordan 5 PE when he played for the New Orleans Hornets. This pair features a black, aquatone, and taxi colorway. Black suede runs throughout. We got taxi on the flames on the midsole, and then aquatone will land on the inside of the tongue. Jumpman branding on the tongue and heel, lace lock, and the translucent outsole. Also, this pair will have a 3M reflective tongue. Now, for me, this is a pickup. Definitely think they're clean, especially since I remember the Chris Paul PEs when they were floating around back in the day. And for the release details, January 21st is the expected release date. The retail price is $200. Also, they will drop in full family sizing. Throughout the year, Jordan Brand will have multiple releases exclusively for kids, and one of those is the Air Jordan 7 Barely Grape. Although this is a Photoshop, this is an accurate image of what's releasing. So the pair features a black Barely Grape and Rush Fuchsia color combination. Now overall, the pair resembles that of something that has already released. I can't think of that pair, but they'll come constructed with black nubuck. They'll have contrast stitching throughout, and accents of both Barely Grape and Rush Fuchsia are seen on the midsole. So this is a kids exclusive, expected to debut January 24th, and the retail price is $150. In 2023, Jordan Brand will introduce the Craft series. Now, basically, these are models that will feature various materials, and the Air Jordan 2 will have several pairs part of this series. Now, the first one is the Air Jordan 2 Craft that we have shown. This is a women's exclusive, and it comes dressed in a cell, desert, sunset haze, and light steel gray colorway. Highlighted with smooth leather, we also have the infamous reptile-like leather on the panels. The Wings logo lands on the tongue, Nike Air branding on the heel, and on the outsole, it's a mixture of desert, sunset haze, and light steel gray. Now, releasing January 26th, the retail price is $185. Like I mentioned, this will be a women's exclusive release. In 2023, the Air Jordan 3 will turn 35. So to celebrate the 35th anniversary, there's going to be multiple pairs that are inspired by the shoe. So they're going to take these OG colorways and apply it to different models. Here we have the Air Jordan 1 High OG True Blue, which of course resembles that of the True Blue Air Jordan 3. Now this pair features a true blue, white, and cement gray colorway. Constructed with leather, blue runs down the eye stays, wraps the toe, fills in the swoosh, hits the laces, ankle, Wings logo, and the tongue label. On that tongue label, we have white Nike Air. The same shade hits the tongue, toe, ankle, the base, and midsole, while cement gray wraps the heel and covers the rubber outsole. Currently, this pair doesn't have a specific release date at the time of shooting, but they are expected to debut in January. The retail price will be $180. Also, this is another pair that will be available in full family sizing. Now we're into February, and although we've only covered one other Air Jordan 2, there's going to be quite a bit of different colorways dropping in 2023. But this is probably up there as far as one of my favorites, and this is the Air Jordan 2 Lucky Green. Now the overall color blocking reminds me of the OG pair, but instead of red, we have green. So the shoes feature a white Lucky Green, cell, and light steel gray colorway. White leather runs throughout. We also have the usual reptile-like texture on the panels. Perforations will wrap the shoe. And then Lucky Green hits the Wings logo on the tongue trimming, liner, and the heel. So giving the shoe a vintage look, cell runs across the midsole, and then most of the shades I just mentioned are used on the rubber outsole. At the time of shooting, this pair is scheduled to release on February 3rd. The retail price will be $185. Also, this pair will be available in full family sizing. The infamous Carmine color blocking will return once again. As you know, this has kind of been a trend. So the Carmine Air Jordan 6 returned in 2021. In 2022, this year, we had the Air Jordan 6 University Blue release, which also features that same color blocking. That pair did have some added details like argyle on the tongue, but overall what you were looking at is basically the Carmine color blocking. So for 2023, Jordan Brand is going to debut the Cool Gray edition that features the same theme. So we have leather up top, done in white. We have Cool Gray nubuck on the base. That same shade also accents the midsole, lands on the heel, and covers the tongue. This pair won't use Nike Air. It will feature a Jumpman, and it also has a translucent outsole. So at the time of shooting, February 4th is the release date. They might get pushed. I don't think they're going to release the Air Jordan 2 Lucky Green and the Air Jordan 6 Cool Gray so close to each other. But hey, there's a lot of stuff still getting pushed. COVID's still a thing. Delays in shipping. All that is still happening. And the retail price will be $200. Also, this pair will be available in full family sizing. One of the first pairs that leaked part of the Craft series, and when I say leaked, I mean the info, not photos, is the Air Jordan 4 Craft. Currently, at the time of shooting this, images have yet to leak, but that should change soon. So, before I get this video out, if images do leak, I'll have that in the video instead of the mock-up. and what you're looking at is an accurate representation of what's releasing. So the pair will feature a Photon Dust, Pale Vanilla, Off-White, Gray Fog, Flat Peter, and Cell colorway. Using various materials like leather, suede, and textiles, Photon Dust, which is basically a shade of gray, runs across most of the upper. The pair will also feature the Jumpman on the heel and Cell on the midsole. Currently, the pair is expected to debut on February 11th. The retail price will be $210. They'll also be available in men's and grade school sizing. Jordan Brand will have several releases for All-Star Weekend. It's a yearly tradition at this point, and each year they bring out an Air Jordan 1 High 85 around this time. And in 2023, we're going to see the Air Jordan 1 High 85 in black and white return. Now, a lot of people are calling this shoe Panda. I'm going to be honest with you. You guys can call them what you want, but I'm not going to call them Panda. I absolutely hate that nickname. You can keep it for the dunks. That's totally fine, but don't bring it to the Jordan side. Yeah, I know people are going to troll with the name in the comments. That's totally fine. I get it. I don't care what you guys call them. I'm just not going to do that. So, like I mentioned, this is an OG release, originally dropped in 1985. We also saw the pair debut in 2008. Of course, it wasn't like the OGs. It was part of the Countdown pack. And then the last time they dropped was in 2014. And that, of course, was before the hype for the Air Jordan 1 started to take off. I've noticed that the shoe has somewhat died down as far as hype goes, but this shoe will definitely sell out. It's a simple colorway, and it's an Air Jordan 1 High 85. They only release, they have only released once a year, with the exception of the initial year. I believe they dropped the pack, which was super limited, and then the Varsity Red pair. So getting back to this shoe, they feature a black and summit white colorway. What you're looking at is official photos. This is what we're getting, exactly to the point. I'm a bit surprised that Jordan Brand has them on their server so early. The shoes come constructed with leather. We have white on the base, black on the overlays. The wings on the ankle is done in white, black Nike Air branding on the tongue. And then we have a white midsole and a black rubber outsole. So a pretty clean, straightforward look, definitely easy to match. And if you're into OGs, this is a definite pickup. And currently, at the time of shooting this, they are scheduled for February 15th. The retail price will be $200. Also, this pair is going to be a men's release, but more than likely it's going to have a wide size range available. This is one of my top releases of 2023. The Air Jordan 13 Playoffs will be making a return. Now, when I found out the news that this pair was going to return once again, I was super excited. This is my favorite colorway of the Air Jordan 13, and they haven't released this colorway a bunch of times like others. The pair was originally worn by Michael Jordan during the 1998 NBA All-Star Game. So it makes sense that they would bring the shoe back during All-Star Weekend. Also, Jordan did wear this pair during the playoffs. Other than the OG release, we saw this shoe return one other time, and that was in 2011. So the shoe will feature a black, true red, and white colorway. The images you're looking at is the 2011 release. At the time of recording, the 2023 pair has yet to leak. However, you can expect them to resemble the OG. They will feature black throughout. We'll have suede and textured leather, red on the Jumpman outlining the outsole, and yellow around the Jumpman on the tongue, and Jordan on that little tab that just sits above the toe and the start of the tongue. Also, of course, the traditional holograms, all of that will be there. So super excited about this pair, currently scheduled for February 18th. The retail price will be $210, and as most of you expected, this shoe will be available in full family sizing. Also in 2023, Jordan Brand will release the Air Jordan 4 that features familiar color blocking. So here we have what's being called Seafoam. This is a women's exclusive, and the color blocking resembles that of the OG Fire Red Air Jordan 4. Now, although this is a Photoshop, this is an accurate one of what's releasing at the time of shooting. Images have yet to leak, but they feature a white Seafoam, dark ash, and neutral gray colorway. So up top, we got white leather, Seafoam accents the midsole, tongue branding, liner, winged eyelets, and then we have black on the heel tab, the wings, and also that section of the midsole. This pair is also expected to feature a Jumpman on the heel, no Nike Air branding, and currently they are scheduled to release on February 24th. The retail price will be $200. Also, like I mentioned, this will be a women's exclusive release. At one point in time, the Laney colorway was a popular theme that most people love to see when it landed on sneakers. Now, when you think of the name, usually the Air Jordan 5 Laney comes up. Fast forward to 2013 and Jordan Brand released the Air Jordan 1 Laney. Now, in 2023, they're going to debut the Air Jordan 1 High OG Reverse Laney, which of course pays tribute to Michael Jordan's high school, Laney High in Wilmington, North Carolina. So what you're looking at is a mock-up, however, it's an accurate one of what's releasing, and they feature a Varsity Royal, Varsity Maze, Cell, and Fire Red colorway. Now, I'm going to say this right off the top, this is a women's release, but stay tuned to the end of this segment right here before I jump to the next shoe, because I do have some added information. Now, the pair will feature Varsity Maze leather on the base, while Royal Blue lands on the overlays. Other details include a white midsole and a blue rubber outsole. So at the time of shooting this, we don't have a specific release date. However, the pair is expected to debut in February. It's possible, like other shoes, the date could get pushed around, and the retail price is $180. Now, like I mentioned, this is a women's exclusive release. However, they will be in extended women's sizing. So some of the other women's shoes that are listed in this video, I don't know as of yet if they're going to be available in extended women's sizing or not. That information hasn't been unveiled just yet. However, if I find out on the way, I'll add some sort of title on this specific shoe so you guys know. But yeah, this will be one of them, available in extended women's sizing. Another yearly tradition from Jordan Brand is releasing a pair of shoes in the UNC colorway. Now, typically they drop around March if everything goes as planned, and next year we have the Air Jordan 5 UNC. So the pair features a University Blue, black, and metallic silver colorway. The pair will feature University Blue across most of the upper, constructed with nubuck, while the netting on the side that is translucent, the white flames on the midsole that will have speckled blue detailing, and then my least favorite part of the shoe, well, pretty much any collegiate shoe that Jordan Brand releases, is the jock tag on the heel. Now, it isn't horrible, I've kind of got used to it. However, I feel like this shoe could definitely do without it. It's definitely a clean colorway, but again, it would be much better if it didn't have that label. Also, on the inside of the tongues, it'll read heart and soul. That's all covered in University Blue. The pair will also feature a 3M reflective tongue and a translucent outsole. Currently, the release date is scheduled for March 4th, and the retail price will be $225. Also, this pair will be available in full family sizing. A few days ago, we received a first look at the Air Jordan 2 Low UNC to Chicago. So we don't have a ton of photos. However, I'm sure within the next week or so, more images will come out. But before this video goes live, if I have more images, I'll make sure to include that in the video. But this shoe expands on the UNC to Chicago theme, which originally started in 2020. The first model was the Air Jordan 1, and now since there's, well, I wouldn't say a ton of hype for the Air Jordan 2, because when it initially came back there was, but now it seems like it's dying off. But Jordan Brand is going to release a bunch of colorways, and one of those will be the UNC to Chicago pair. Again, this pair will be a women's exclusive release, and they'll come dressed in white, fire red, dark powder blue, and cell. Constructed with white leather up top, we have a little bit of red, which is seen on the piping on the panels, while University Blue covers the heel and accented on the outsole. One of my favorite part that Jordan Brand is doing to a lot of Jordan 2s is the cell midsole. That, of course, gives it a vintage vibe. Definitely loving that. At the time of recording, the release date is March 8th, and the retail price will be $160. And like I mentioned, this is a women's exclusive release. Another pair that I'm super excited for, and I know a lot of you guys are as well, it's the Air Jordan 3 White Cement. However, Jordan Brand will be giving them a reimagined theme, something like we are seeing on the Air Jordan 1 High OG Lost and Found, but more on that in a moment. Like I mentioned earlier on in the video, the Air Jordan 3 will celebrate its 35th anniversary, so we're seeing a lot of the OG 3 colorways applied to different models, but also Jordan Brand will bring back the OG White Cement with a twist to celebrate the occasion. Now, the pair will feature a Summit White, Fire Red, and Cement Gray colorway. The pair will come just like the 1988, which includes Nike Air branding on the heel. However, the twist that I'm speaking of is that the shoe will feature an aged vintage look. So that includes yellowed areas throughout. Although not confirmed, the pair could feature some craft detailing like the Lost and Found. And of course, the overall shape is supposed to be closer to the 88 pair. Now, what you're looking at is a mock-up. However, what releases should look pretty much like this, maybe a few changes here and there. And when I say changes, maybe the vintage area, the overall aged look might hit different areas, the cracking and whatnot. So March 11th is the release date and the retail price is $210. Also, this pair will be available in full family sizing. Although a first look did come out maybe a week ago, it's not the best photo. So in this segment, not only am I going to have the first look, but I'm also going to have the Photoshop that zsneakerheadz and I put together. So you have a better understanding of what's releasing. So this pair is part of the Craft series and is known as the Air Jordan 1 High OG Skyline. So where did Jordan Brand get its inspiration from this pair? For those that collect cards, well, this is somewhat of a rookie card per se, but back in 1985, Nike put out a promotional basketball card. It featured Jordan soaring through the air. The iconic Jumpman logo has the wings. I'll throw in an image somewhere in this video so you know what I'm talking about. I've also seen quite a few people grade this card. There's a ton on eBay right now. They've actually gone up in value from what I've seen. For those that don't know, I do collect cards, mostly right now Pokemon, but I'm always a fan of basketball, especially the vintage stuff. Getting back to this image, that background that's used, the skyline, where it has a gradient look, there's blues, there's some oranges, that is the inspiration for this shoe. The pair will feature a vivid orange, black, ice lilac, true blue and cell colorway. So that gradient effect will start out at the toe, we'll have shades of orange, and as we get towards the eye state, it slowly turns into true blue. It almost looks like purple. Also, the pair will have a mismatched theme. So on the right shoe will actually start out as blue and then it'll slowly gradient to orange. Other than that, we have white on the base, tongue label, while black lands on the laces, ankle collar, wings, swoosh, and the rubber outsole. Finishing the look is a cell midsole. Again, gives it that vintage look. Definitely loving that. Also, this pair will come with special packaging. Images of the packaging has yet to leak. However, I was told this by my sources. Now, the current release date is March 18th. The retail price is $180. Also, this is releasing in men's sizing. They also labeled it as extended men's sizing, so it should go up pretty high, maybe size 19, 18, 19, somewhere in that ballpark. We got another Air Jordan 2 Craft releasing. This time it's going to be in low top form, and this is going to be a men's release. So the pair features a cell, melon tint, light curry, and cobblestone colorway. Again, the pair will have a few different materials used, including suede around the ankle. We'll have leather on the base. Cell runs through most of this pair. However, there are some bright accents. Melon tint will land on the wings logo, located on the tongue, piping, and wrapping the heel. Cobblestone, which is like a darker shade of orange that covers the liner, also the inside of the tongue. And the same shade will make its way onto the rubber outsole along with gray and cell. In my opinion, this pair is decent. Definitely wouldn't wait in line to get a pair. Possibly pick one up if it goes on sale, which a lot of shoes have been going on sale. They've been sitting. That's a great thing for collectors or people like myself who aren't trying to just resell. They want to buy a shoe to wear. And currently this pair is scheduled for March 24th and the retail price will be $160. As for the size range, this shoe will be available in men's and grade school sizing. In this video, you're not going to see too many Air Jordan 1 mid releases. However, we have somewhat of a time frame for this shoe. It is a bit interesting, so I did want to include it. And this is the Air Jordan 1 mid SC Tiki Leaf. Again, this is just a nickname, but the pair features a team red, university red, cell, and muslin colorway. Now with mids, typically they don't have specific release dates. Sometimes they do, it depends on the shoe. This pair, it's quite possible it releases way earlier than March 2023, and it's possible it could release later. But to quickly break down the shoes, they come constructed with suede and tumble leather. The swoosh on the panels is embroidered. And then standing out, of course, we have embroidered leaves on the heel area and collar. Finishing the look is a cell midsole and a red rubber outsole. Now, like I mentioned, they are expected to debut in March 2023. The retail price will be $135, and this pair will be available in women's sizing. We got another kids exclusive. This time it's the Air Jordan 3 Marstone. So the pair comes dressed in a white, black Marstone in team orange colorway, and this image is a Photoshop, however it's an accurate one of what's releasing. So it comes with white leather up top, we have orange, which does look red on the eye stays, elephant print, liner, and on the inside of the tongue, and then we have brown accents on the midsole, collar, the outsole, and the tongue branding. Finishing the look is a cell midsole. So they are expected to debut in March 2023 exclusively in kids sizing for $150. Jordan Brand will give the Air Jordan 3 treatment to several Air Jordan 1 releases, and here we have the Air Jordan 1 High OG white cement. And right off the bat, I'm gonna let you guys know I'm not really a fan of it. For some reason, I just feel like it's too much elephant print, but that's here nor there. Like always, let me know your thoughts down below. The pair will feature a tech gray, muslin, black, and white colorway. Celebrating the 35th anniversary of the Air Jordan 3, this shoe has elephant print on the overlays, it wraps the heel, the ankle collar, then we have white leather on the base, black hits the collar, wings logo, swoosh, and laces. Other details include a cell midsole and a gray rubber outsole. No specific release date for this pair, however they are expected to debut in March, and the retail price will be $180. This pair will also be available in full family sizing. Some of you probably have heard the news that Nike Skateboarding and Jordan Brand will team up once again, this time to release the Nike SB Air Jordan 4. Now this will be the first time they work on the Air Jordan 4, and although there's not a ton of details available at the moment, there are some that I can give you guys. And currently, we do not know what colorways will be releasing. So a lot of people have been talking about the Black Cat pair, and that is actually a wear test sample. Yes, Jordan Brand could release the shoe in the Black Cat theme, but currently it's not confirmed. So the image that I'm actually using will be that of the wear test sample, and the wear test sample, it features suede across the upper. The cushioning is more responsive and designed for skateboarding. And then of course it'll feature co-branding throughout and special packaging. So the biggest takeaway from this is that the Black Cat pair isn't confirmed to release. There is a collab coming, it's just we don't know the colorway. Also, I believe there was some images going around of a fire red pair, and I want to say black cement, maybe it was a different colorway, I'm not entirely sure. I can't remember, it's off the top of my head of course, but those were actually fakes. So the images used, that's not it. Again, it could release in those colorways, but those images were just fake. Currently, the pair is expected to debut sometime in March. And other than them being available at select skate shops and of course the SNEAKERS app more than likely, we don't have any additional information. Going forward, a good amount of these releases, although mock-ups, they're going to be close, but they're not going to be 100% accurate. And the reasoning for that is, without giving too much information away, when there's a product unveiling by Jordan Brand to specific retailers, most of the time you do get images, sometimes you get descriptions. But over the past several years, images have been included. Now, due to individuals rushing to leak everything out all at once and not taking their time, Jordan Brand decided to not show pictures for their summer 2023 collection. Now, they did show some photos of grade school sizing, and they did provide pretty well descriptions. So the photoshops you're going to be looking at for at least summer, they're not going to be 100% accurate, but they're going to be close. Now, if it is an accurate mock-up, I'll make sure to let you guys know, but just know this going forward. The first pair is the Air Jordan 11 Low White Cement. Now, this was a shoe that had a pretty accurate description, but again, small details could change. This is another pair that will be paying tribute to the Air Jordan 3. The pair features a white university blue and cement gray colorway. So we have white up top, and then what looks really off to me is the elephant print that lands on the mudguard, which wraps the entire shoe. Now, with actual photos, it actually might look decent, but from what I'm seeing here, I'm definitely not a fan. The pair will also have just a little bit of university blue that will land on the Jumpman located on the tongue. Currently, the release date is April 1st, and the retail price will be $190. This pair will also be available in full family sizing. Also expected to release in April is the Air Jordan 3 Lucky Green. This pair is a women's exclusive release, and the inspiration comes from the Lucky Green Air Jordan 1 that launched back in 2020. Overall, the pair has Boston Celtics vibes, and it comes dressed in a white, varsity red, lucky green, cement gray, anthracite, and cell colorway. While not confirmed, the pair could feature white leather up top, elephant print will wrap the toe and heel of course, and then lucky green fills in the Jumpman, the bottom eyelets, and lands on part of the midsole. Finishing the look is a cell midsole and a gray outsole. So again, it could look like this, something slightly different, and at the time of shooting, April 6th is the release date, and the retail price will be $200. Like I mentioned, the pair will be available exclusively in women's sizing. Jason Tatum will have his own signature shoe debut in 2023, and the model is known as the Jordan Tatum 1. Not much information is known at this point, however we do know of 3 colorways. The first is known as the Jordan Tatum 1 Zoo, and that will feature a black, metallic gold, university red, and beach colorway. Currently, that pair is scheduled to release on April 7th. The next pair is the Jordan Tatum 1 St. Louis, which will come dressed in a white, university red, university blue, and university gold colorway. Currently scheduled to release on April 8th, the retail price will be $120. Last up is the Jordan Tatum 1 Pink Lemonade, and that shoe features a pink tint, barely volt, lava glow, and aurora green colorway. Currently scheduled to release on June 20th, and the retail price for all 3 is $120. Unfortunately, images have yet to leak, but we should be getting a first look soon. Also, take note, Jason Tatum recently did an interview where he said that his first signature shoe would debut in March. So it's possible that it's a different colorway or one of these colorways have been moved forward. During the month of April, we have another Air Jordan 2 Low part of the Craft series. This pair is being called Atmosphere due to the color description. Now, this pair features an Atmosphere, Pale Vanilla, White, and Photon Dust color combination. So for those that don't know, Atmosphere is basically a shade of pink. What you're looking at is a mock-up, so what actually releases more than likely will look different. Again, it's just a photo to show what potentially the pair could look like. Currently, they are expected to debut on April 8th, and the retail price is $150. Also, they will be available in men's sizing. We got another pair releasing in Lucky Green. This is the Air Jordan 1 High OG, being called Celtics. Now, this pair comes dressed in a black, lucky green, and white colorway, and the pair is a tribute to the 2009 DMP pack. Although just a mock-up, things could change. White leather lands on the base, green hits the overlays, covers the ankle and laces. Black wraps the toe, covers the eye stays, and fills in the swoosh and wings logo. Now, what's going to be different from the 2009 pair, the 2009 pair had a Jumpman on the tongue. Of course, the pair will feature Nike Air branding. Other details include a white midsole and a green rubber outsole. So if the pair releases just like this, I definitely wouldn't mind it. And currently, they are expected to release on April 15th. The retail price will be $180. Also, the shoes will be available in full family sizing. Do you guys remember the 2021 Hyper Royal Air Jordan 1 High OG? That washed look that it has? Well, Jordan Brand will continue that series in 2023 with at least 2 pairs dropping. One of those will be a women's exclusive and is known as the Air Jordan 1 High OG Washed Pink. Now, this shoe will feature an Atmosphere, white, muslin, and cell colorway. Although not confirmed, you can expect something similar to this to release. The pair could feature white leather on the base, a washed out pink on the overlays, while muslin hits the collars and swoosh logos. Nike Air will land on the tongue labels, will have cell on the midsole, and a black rubber outsole. Like I mentioned, this is a women's release, however they will also drop in preschool and toddler sizing. Currently, the release date is April 22nd, and the retail price will be $180. The Flint colorway will make another appearance, this time in 2023, and it's not going to be like the OG Flint, but this pair is the Air Jordan 13 Black Flint. So the description was that basically take the OG Air Jordan 13 Flint pair, but instead of blue, it'll have black. So that is what this Photoshop presents, and they come dressed in a black, university red, Flint gray, and white colorway. So they're expected to feature white leather on the toe, black 3M reflective will land on the mesh panels, Flint gray drapes the lower part of the shoe, constructed with suede of course, that will extend onto the heel, and then we'll have red detailing on the branding. Other details include a white midsole and a black rubber outsole. Again, it's possible that it looks close to this, maybe some minor things change, but the description basically is the Flint Air Jordan 13, but instead of blue, we have black. Currently scheduled to release on April 22nd, the retail price will be $200. Also, this pair will be available in full family sizing. One of the more interesting pairs releasing in 2023. When Michael Jordan returned to the NBA for the last time, he played for the Washington Wizards. During that time with the team, he wore an exclusive Air Jordan 3 PE, which looks a lot like the True Blue 3s, however, it's actually the Air Jordan 3 Wizards PE. Now there is like a few minor changes to the shoes, and what you're looking at is a sample as well as another photo which will be the mock-up. So the shoes will feature a white, metallic copper, true blue, and cement gray colorway. Like I mentioned, the color blocking resembles that of the True Blue Air Jordan 3. However, copper will land on the Jumpman logo on the tongue, which replaces red. Now, I've seen some people saying that Nike Air would be applied to this shoe, and that is not the case. It will feature a Jumpman on the heel. I think the colorway is definitely clean, and overall, being a fan of Jordan, growing up watching him play, and knowing that they have a little bit of history, or at least they're tied to something with history, that this shoe will definitely be a pickup for me. Now, they are expected to release April 29th, and the retail price will be $210. Also, this pair will be available in full family sizing. Jordan Brand will bring back the Air Jordan 11 Low Snakeskin. However, the next pair will be known as the Yellow Snakeskin. So what you're looking at, of course, is a mock-up. What actually releases may look different. But from what I was told, the shoes will feature yellow snakeskin throughout the mudguard. More than likely, we have white leather up top. White will land on the laces, tongue, and midsole. Then yellow will hit the liner inside the tongue and branding on the tongue. Finishing the look is a translucent outsole. Currently, the pair is scheduled for May 11th, and the retail price will be $190. And if I forgot to mention, this is a women's exclusive release. Multiple models will release in 2023, inspired by a different model. One of the upcoming releases is known as the Air Jordan 2 Cool Gray, and the inspiration, of course, comes from the Cool Gray Air Jordan 11. Now, this expands on Jordan Brand's overall Cool Gray series. We've seen it across multiple models, and the pair here will be available exclusively in women's sizing. So, although this image is a Photoshop, you can expect something similar to this, and they'll feature a cool gray, ice blue, and white colorway. Now, mostly gray will hit the upper while constructed with leather, while white hits the laces, branding, and the midsole. Finishing the look off, although not confirmed, they are expected to feature an icy translucent outsole, which is definitely different on the Air Jordan 2. Typically, we don't see an icy translucent outsole. Currently, the pair is scheduled to release on May 4th, and the retail price will be $185. Again, this is a women's exclusive release. As we get closer to summer, Jordan Brand will release a clean colorway of the Air Jordan 2, simply being called Cell. Now, the inspiration for this shoe comes from the neutral gray Air Jordan 1, originally known as the natural gray Air Jordan 1 that dropped back in 1985. Now, the image used is a mock-up, however, something similar will release, and this pair comes dressed in a white, cement gray, cell, and black colorway. So a little bit more added to the shoes compared to the neutral gray Air Jordan 1s. But overall, I'm going to wait to give my judgment until I see a first look. This is definitely clean, but like I mentioned, what we get possibly will look different. So the pair is currently scheduled to release on May 6th, and the retail price will be $185. Also, they will be available in full family sizing. Although not an OG colorway, the Air Jordan 4 Thunder initially released in 2006, We saw a second retro take place in 2012, and now 11 years later, the shoes will return again during summer 2023. Well, at least part of Jordan Brand's summer 2023 collection. Now, the pair is expected to feature the overall shape like the initial pair, and they'll come dressed in a black and tour yellow colorway. Constructed with nubuck across the upper, yellow will land on the panels, across the tongue, and then black netting will cover that. More yellow is seen on the eyelets, flight on the tongue, part of the midsole, and then we have a white Jumpman on the heel. Finishing the look is a mostly black rubber outsole. It'll also have a hit of yellow and a white Jumpman. Now, there was a lot of hype for the Red Thunder 4s that released, I believe, earlier this year. I could be wrong on that. That shoe, I believe, was expected to debut in 2021, but due to delays, they dropped in January of 2022, and that shoe's restocked a handful of times. Obviously, the Red Thunder pair is inspired by the OG Air Jordan 4 Thunder, and this shoe is dope. I do own the 2012 pair. I don't believe I own the 2006. But a shoe that I would like to see return is the Air Jordan 4 Tour Yellow. Some of you might remember that shoe. It only released once, but maybe eventually we'll see that pair drop. Anyways, they are expected to release on May 13th. The retail price will be $210, and they will be available in full family sizing. Also, the images you're looking at is the 2012 release. Another pair part of the Craft series. This time we go back to the Air Jordan 1 High OG, and the pair is being called Vibrations of Nyjah. Now, currently, the background story is unknown. The pair will feature a Cell, Pale Vanilla, and Black colorway, and the images you're looking at is just a Photoshop, just to have something to somewhat look at. However, according to the color description, more than likely the shoes will feature Cell throughout, and then we'll have accents of Pale Vanilla and Black. At the time of recording, the shoe will debut on May 27th for a retail price of $180. Also, they will be exclusively available in men's sizing. For anybody who knows me or has been following Sneaker Files, the YouTube channel, for some time, you guys know that my favorite model is the Air Jordan 14. This is the first Air Jordan that I had the chance to wear. I was in middle school. I purchased it with my own money, so definitely a shoe that I'm excited to see return with a bit of a twist. So what we have is the Air Jordan 14 Laney. Now, this is an OG colorway. It originally released in low top form, but in 2023, Jordan Brand will bring them back, but in mid top form, just like they did with the light ginger Air Jordan 14 in 2022. Again, this is a mock-up, however, due to the description that people at Jordan Brand gave out, they should look pretty much like this. So the pair will feature a Varsity Royal, Black, Varsity Maize, and White colorway. This shoe did retro in low top form, I believe around 2014, 2015. But of course, this will be the first time ever dropping as a mid top. The pair will feature a combination of suede and nubuck. Blue will land on the panels, wrap the heel. We got black on the toe, tongue, and most of the outsole. And then yellow will land on the branding, the little pipe on the tongue, and then we got white on the midsole. Definitely happy with this shoe, and the current release date is May 27th. The retail price will be $210. Also, when this pair releases, they will be available in men's sizing. Now, although this is dope, I would love to see the Air Jordan 14 Low UNC return. Definitely a dope shoe, and for those that remember, I believe it was back in 98, 99, around that era, there was an Air Jordan 14 mid that dropped exclusively to Eastbay. That shoe featured University Blue, basically like the low, but in mid-top form. I would love to see that shoe actually get a retail release. We got another women's exclusive release. This time it's the Air Jordan 5 Low, known as Festival Lights. Now, the pair will feature an indigo haze, fire red, metallic silver, alabaster, and flint gray colorway. Now, this pair is expected to feature an iridescent upper, something similar to what you see in the Photoshop shown. Other than that, we got fire red on the midsole, along with hits of black. Black also hits the laces, and then we have a translucent outsole. So, dropping in women's sizing, and currently they are scheduled to debut on June 8th, and the retail price will be $180. Earlier in the video, I spoke on the Air Jordan 1 High OG Washed Pink, that shoe will be available in women's sizing. But the brand is also dropping something in men's sizing, and that is the Air Jordan 1 High OG Washed Black. Again, it'll take the theme of the Air Jordan 1 High OG Hyper Royal. It also resembles that of the Turbo Green Air Jordan 1 High OG that released back in 2019. Again, this is a mock-up, so you can expect something similar to this, but it features a washed black on the overlays, constructed with suede. White leather lands on the base and the toe box. More white lands on the wings logo, while gray hits the swoosh. Other details includes a cell midsole and a black rubber outsole. Currently, this pair is expected to debut on June 10th, and the retail price will be $180. Not only will this pair release in men's sizing, but they'll actually be available in full family sizing. The Air Jordan 5 will also be part of the Craft series from Jordan Brand, and here we have a mock-up again. This is not accurate. What releases will look different, but we got this image just for visual purposes, and they'll feature a light Orwood brown, safety orange, flat Peter in cell colorway. Due to the color description, more than likely, light Orwood brown will be used the most throughout, while safety orange and cell accents will be present. Currently scheduled to release on June 17th, the retail price will be $210. They will also be available in men's and grade school sizing. Expected to debut in June, we have the Air Jordan 2 Low Look Up in the Air. Now the image you're looking at is a mock-up. This is just for visual presentation. The actual release will look different. However, we do know what this shoe is inspired by. So the pair will feature colors from the poster that was originally produced in 1987, also part of Nike's ad campaign. On that poster, it has Jordan dunking in a pair of Air Jordan 2s, and it reads, "Look up in the air." So I'll make sure to include that in the video so you know what I'm talking about. Also, that background image, you're going to see a lot of shades used on the Air Jordan 2 from that. So the pair features a Summit White, Varsity Red, Ice Blue, Ice Lilac, Muslin, and Light Steel Gray colorway. I'm going to be honest, if the pair looks exactly like this, I would be excited. I definitely would pick them up. And currently, they will release on June 22nd for $150. Also, this is a women's exclusive release. Following our look at the Air Jordan 1 High OG White Cement, the Air Jordan 11 Low White Cement, Jordan Brand will also release the Air Jordan 1 Low OG for the Black Cement Air Jordan 3. Like I mentioned, this helps celebrate the 35th anniversary of the Air Jordan 3. And again, the image is a mock-up, so what releases may look different. However, it's a possibility that they'll feature elephant print that wraps the toe, hits the eye stays, and wraps the heel. Black leather will be used up top. Black also hits the swoosh, tongue, laces, and the rubber outsole, and then finishing the look is a cell midsole. Currently, the pair is scheduled to release on June 23rd, and the retail price will be $140. Also, Jordan Brand will release sizing specifically in men's, women's, and grade school. The Toro, aka Raging Bull theme, will also land on the Air Jordan 6 in 2023. Like I mentioned earlier, this is just a Photoshop. Most of these going forward are going to be Photoshops, and although an accurate description was given, there could be smaller details that could change. But for this pair, they come dressed in a varsity red and black colorway. They are expected to feature red suede across the entire upper, while black lands on the tongue, midsole, and heel. Finishing the look is a translucent outsole. Overall, a simple color blocking. There's only a few shades used. And I do remember the time when all red shoes, or predominantly red shoes, were really hyped. Like the Air Jordan 4 Toro, that shoe definitely hyped. The Raging Bulls, a lot of people are feeling those. I do feel like this shoe is going to do pretty well. Again, there's a lot of shoes that are just sitting, so this could be one of those pairs that eventually go on sale, but we'll have to wait and see. Currently, the release date is June 24th, and the retail price will be $200. Also, this pair will be available in full family sizing. Jordan Brand will celebrate Children's Day in 2023 with a kids exclusive known as the Air Jordan 3 Hide and Sneak. Although this image is a mock-up, this is an accurate photo of what's releasing. Now, there's one added detail that's left out just because it's very hard to add it in, and I'll go over that later on. But this is a kids exclusive, and it comes dressed in a white, black, iron, light ash gray, cell, and cement gray colorway. As you can see, it features white leather up top. We have shades of gray throughout, a cell midsole, and a gray rubber outsole. So pretty straightforward look, but the added detail that is left out is that each pair comes with a fully removable elephant patch. So over the tongue area, it'll have this large elephant patch. Unfortunately, we don't have a specific release date, but they are expected to debut in June, and the retail price is $150. In this part of the video, I'm going to talk about releases that will debut during the early part of 2023. We don't have a specific release date, and the first pair was actually expected to debut in 2022. That is the A Ma Maniére Air Jordan 12. Specifically, the pair was scheduled to release on November 17th. However, according to zsneakerheadz, the pair will now debut in the early part of 2023. Now, there is two colorways. One comes in black and burgundy crush, while the other features white, black, and burgundy crush. Now, the white pair is rumored to be a friends and family exclusive. This isn't confirmed, and images for that pair has yet to leak. However, for the black pair, we've seen quite a bit of images. I'll make sure to include that here. And to briefly go over the shoes, the pair features premium materials. We have suede and nubuck throughout, as well as wax laces. Black runs across the upper, while burgundy crush hits the mudguard, and other small details. Each pair will come with the special hang tag, A Ma Maniére branding throughout, and co-branding on the insoles. Also, each pair will come with special packaging. So it's unfortunate that this pair got delayed as well. We don't have a specific release date. The retail price will be $225, and this is actually a women's exclusive release. Now, as for the sizing, I'm not sure as of yet, but more on that soon. Union LA and Jordan Brand will be teaming up once again, this time to release the Air Jordan 1 KO Low. So although the Air Jordan 1 KO isn't a sought after model, I'm a huge fan of it. I know there's a lot of others as well. And then when you slap a popular store that collaborates with Jordan Brand and Nike onto the shoe, you're definitely going to get some hype. So currently we don't know how the shoes will look. What you're looking at is a mock-up, and they will come dressed in a white, cell, university gold, and neutral gray colorway. Although not confirmed, more than likely they'll feature Union LA's little label that you usually see on the side or somewhere throughout the shoe. But overall, I'm having a little bit of trouble picturing the shoe in low top form. It's not horrible. Again, this is a pair that I'll wait to not judge until I see a first look. Now, as far as release details, we really don't have any. They are expected to debut in early 2023, and the retail price will be $150. Just before I started to put together this video, Nike and Doernbecher just unveiled their latest collection, their 18th, that will be releasing in 2023. So like every year, there's at least one pair of Jordans, and for this year, it's going to be the Air Jordan 1 Low Doernbecher. Now, the individual who designed this shoe, I believe her name is pronounced Riddy Mahajan. Now, if I mispronounced that, I do apologize. Along with the images, Nike and Doernbecher also gave additional information. So, I'm going to read from them, and it reads, Riddy Mahajan is a bright, articulate teen who radiates positivity wherever she goes, and she designed her Air Jordan 1 Lows to do the same. The phrase brand new day is a reminder that there's always something to look forward to, while the ombre laces represent a sunrise. Riddy's eternally positive mindset has already helped her tackle some big goals, like earning a black belt in Taekwondo. This pair features a gorge green, court purple, white, barely volt, and cell colorway. So there's a lot of things going on with the shoes, and I know Nike and Doernbecher will unveil additional information as well as a full breakdown on everything. And it also looks like there's going to be some matching apparel, at least what appears to be a crew neck and a hat. And at the time of recording this video, we don't have a specific release date. However, they are rumored to release in spring 2023. The retail price will be $100. We have another Air Jordan 14 Low releasing. This pair is being called Metallic Silver. They will also be available in women's sizing, and they feature a metallic silver, fire red, wolf gray, and black colorway. Now, what you're looking at is a mock-up. However, it's pretty accurate to what's releasing. I did see them. So you can expect lavender and gray crinkled patent leather on the upper. Black will hit the ankle, shank plate, and the Ferrari-inspired Jumpman emblem on the lateral side. Red will accent the tongue and Jumpman logo, while a gray midsole and a matching rubber outsole completes the look. I don't see a lot of people liking this shoe. However, I'm probably going to pick it up just because I buy every single Air Jordan 14 that releases. But currently no specific release date. They're going to debut sometime in spring 2023 for $180. And like I mentioned, this is a women's exclusive pair. The Air Jordan 23 will also make a return in 2023, and this pair will celebrate Chinese New Year. Now, as you can see, it's just a blacked out photo of the Air Jordan 23. I have no idea what this shoe was going to look like, and I didn't have a Photoshop made up. However, some of the details, they'll feature a light silver, challenge red, ivory, metallic gold, and white colorway. Now, more than likely, this pair is going to release in January, or if things get pushed, then it'll drop sometime in February. And the retail price for this pair is going to be $260. Seems like a lot of money for the 23. But more on this shoe in an upcoming video. Travis Scott and Jordan Brand will release a few pairs in 2023, and once again, he will release the Air Jordan 1 Low OG. Now, this will be available in women's sizing. I got a little bit more info on that later on, and the pair is being called Olive. So they feature a Cell University Red, Black, and Medium Olive colorway. I know it's different, but this pair reminds me a lot of the Reverse Mocha Air Jordan 1 Low OG. I just feel that maybe he could have done something entirely different, made them not look close at all, but that's just my opinion. So to go over the shoes, they feature white leather on the overlays. We have olive on the backward swoosh. We have black suede on the base and tongue, and of course special branding from Travis Scott throughout. Other details include a Cell midsole and an olive rubber outsole, and they'll come with 4 sets of laces, one in black, white, olive, and red. Currently, we don't have a specific release date, but they are expected to debut in spring 2023 for $150. Now, I did say this was a women's release. However, the good news is that they will be available in extended women's sizing. Jordan Brand will release a new colorway of the Air Jordan 1 Low OG EX. This pair is being called Foam. So the image used is just the Photoshop. What actually releases more than likely will look different. Now the pair will feature a tech gray, light Orwood brown, white, and Cell colorway. So what I can say about the shoes as of now, the pair will come with a deconstructed build along with exposed foam. Other details includes Nike Air branding on the tongue and the Wings logo on the heel. So pretty much this Photoshop was put together just to show what the possibility could be. The shoes are on the way, although more than likely they will look different, and currently they are expected to debut sometime in summer 2023 for $120. The Air Jordan 5 Low Fundamental, which is a grade school exclusive, will debut this summer. Now the pair features a white, coral chalk, desert berry, and black colorway. Now although the photo is a mock-up, it's an accurate one of what's releasing. So the pair features white leather across the base, along with coral and berry details throughout. Finishing the look, we have somewhat of an aged translucent outsole and the Jumpman on the heel. Currently, we don't have a specific release date, but they will debut sometime in summer 2023, and the retail price will be $125. Like I mentioned, this pair will be available exclusively in grade school sizing. Dropping in summer 2023 is the Air Jordan 2 Low Cherrywood. Now, the pair will feature a white cherrywood red and light steel gray colorway. So again, what you're looking at is a mock-up, however, it's an accurate one of what's releasing. So the pair will feature mostly white throughout, constructed with leather and the traditional perforations, but then we'll have cherry wood on the piping, Wings logo on the tongue, inside of the tongue, liner, and heel. That same shade will also be hinted on the outsole along with light steel gray. What's funny is this pair was actually expected to debut in December of 2022, but due to shipping delays and just manufacturing issues, the pair is now being pushed to summer 2023. And the retail price is $160. The Air Jordan 7 White Infrared is inspired by the OG Air Jordan 6 White Infrared and will be releasing in 2023. So what you're looking at is another mock-up. What releases will look slightly different. However, the overall inspiration from this pair comes from the Air Jordan 6 White Infrared, like I mentioned. So more than likely, the pair will feature white leather throughout, will have accents of both black and what Jordan Brand is calling crimson, which is a bit weird because crimson is slightly a different shade, and Jordan Brand at their special meeting said that the shoe is inspired by the White Infrared Air Jordan 6. But we'll have to wait and see until we get a first look. Also, this pair is expected to have a translucent outsole. Currently, we don't have a specific release date, but they are expected to debut in summer 2023 for $200. Also, they will be available in men's and grade school sizing. 2023 will bring us another Air Jordan 1 High OG Spider-Man release. I know a lot of people are excited about the shoe. Now, I want to say right off the bat, what you're looking at is a mock-up. I've heard some people excited about the shoe, and unfortunately, it's not going to look like this. The color use is correct, but zsneakerheadz, he just purely put this together for just something visual. So the spider webbing on the panels, more than likely it won't have that, but we do have details. So for those that don't know, in 2018, Jordan Brand teamed up with Marvel for the movie Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, and they released the Air Jordan 1 High OG. Now on June 2nd, 2023, the movie Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse will arrive in theaters, and once again, the two will team up to release another Air Jordan 1. So pretty much as far as the look of the shoe, all we know is that they'll feature a university red, black, and white colorway. So the pair will match Miles Morales' Spider-Man suit, and you can expect special co-branding throughout. So at the time of shooting this video, they are expected to debut in summer 2023, more than likely before the movie. Well, I would think before the movie, but the way production is, the shipping delays, all that stuff, I wouldn't be too surprised if it was after. And the retail price will be $200. So it's a bit high. It is a collaboration, and they will be available in full family sizing. In this part of the video, I want to speak about some of the rumors that have been going around, but not just any crazy rumor, some with either reputable sources behind them. And one of those is that in 2023, Travis Scott and Jordan Brand will be connecting once again, and it's not going to be on the Air Jordan 1 this time, but the Air Jordan 7. Although not confirmed, and I'm labeling this as a rumor, this does come from a very reputable source. He goes by P.O. or Poe, and he tweeted out some time back, as the partnership between Jumpman23, Nike, and Travis Scott is likely to continue, expect this dynamic unit to explore a new realm of possibilities in the future. This time the Air Jordan 7, and for the first time a new shoe with an entirely new design from Houston's own. More than likely you guys seen photoshops going around with the backward swoosh on the 7s, and again, that's just Photoshop, so we have no idea at this point what they're going to look like. There isn't even a color description, nothing going around. So for now, we're going to put this in the rumor section. However, like I mentioned, it does hold weight. Where it came from is a reputable source. Another rumor that's been going around but hasn't officially been unveiled by Jordan Brand is that the Air Jordan 5 Burgundy would return in 2023. So recently they had the summer unveiling for Jordan Brand, and the shoe was not part of that unveiling. However, that doesn't mean that they're not going to come out. Now, I just want to let you guys know that it's not confirmed that they're going to release, but there is some speculation that potentially they'll be part of Jordan Brand's fall 2023 collection. So it's a strong possibility that we do see the shoe next year, later on in the year that is. And if they do return, more than likely they're going to resemble that of their first release, which took place on December 16th, 2006, and comes dressed in a deep burgundy, light graphite, and silver colorway. For those that don't know, this was part of Jordan Brand's LS series, which pretty much stood for lifestyle. Along with the shoes, they dropped matching apparel. I believe they were slightly on the limited side. They weren't available just anywhere, but let me know your thoughts down below. For the past month, posts on Instagram and other social networks have been going around about the Air Jordan 11 Columbia returning in 2023. However, don't get too excited yet. I do have some information. And before I get into that, I'm just going to run down some details on the shoe. So the pair is known as the Air Jordan 11 Columbia. It originally released in 1996 and retroed for the first time in 2001. The pair is also known as All-Star. Now, a second retro took place in 2014, however, there was a name change. Instead of Columbia, Jordan switched the name to Legend Blue. Now, I'm not sure the reasoning for that. I've heard that there was some issues with the name, but I can't confirm if that's the case. But for the 2014 pair, it didn't come with the high-cut patent leather. It wasn't true to OG form. And if the pair does return in 2023, we should get it just like it was in 1996. Now, as most of you know, this information came from a very reputable source, and that is zsneakerheadz. However, there was some more information that he included that many overlooked and kind of just ran with it. Now, I had planned to do a short interview with him on this video. However, I'm coming down sick and I'm kind of in a crunch for time to get this done before my voice goes out. But him and I talked, and he had told me that currently it's on the table. And that's what the people at Jordan Brand said, meaning the release is not 100% confirmed. It's a possibility. They're thinking about it. They're tossing it back and forth, but it's not confirmed. I know a lot of people are saying it is. That is not the case. However, it does make sense. Usually Jordan Brand drops an OG colorway, then a new colorway, then an OG, then new. This year they're dropping the Air Jordan 11 Cherry. Technically that's a new colorway in mid-top form. Yes, they've dropped in low top form. So 2023 would be an OG colorway. Now, eventually they're going to have to break this cycle just because they're going to run out of OG colorways. But I'm definitely looking forward to this pair returning if it does. I know a lot of people want the Gamma 11s to return. Maybe it's me. The pair is cool, but I'm not a huge fan of them. But if they do release, you can expect a holiday 2023 drop, more than likely in December, and the retail price will be $225. Also, they will be available in full family sizing. Now, let me know your thoughts down below. Would you rather see the Air Jordan 11 Columbia return or the Air Jordan 11 Gamma? And that's going to do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you got a second and haven't done so already, greatly appreciate a thumbs up. And if you're new here, make sure to subscribe by hitting the red button below. Definitely going to need all the help I can get with the likes. I've been inactive for so long that I'm sure people have forgotten about this channel. Although I have gotten a lot of DMs, people asking where I've been, hoping things are okay, and I really do appreciate that. Now, the reason I've been gone, nothing exciting. Honestly, I've been focusing on my health. I needed to get that back in order. I've been working out quite a bit, lifting, riding my bike, got into cycling, and I feel a lot better. The only downfall is I got a cold. That flu is going around right now, and I'm pretty sick. So as soon as this is over, I'm going to drop another video. I am back. This is not just a one and done. I also do plan on doing some other things. For example, I'm going to start doing live streams. I'll probably start out by doing those members only, and then from there, possibly do live streams where everybody can join. I kind of want to do baby steps and then see how it goes. But like always, let me know what you're looking forward to in the comment section below. Also, for updated 2023 releases, there will be a link to SneakerFiles.com that will be in the description. Again, thanks for watching. Stay tuned to SneakerFiles.com, and if you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe.